Hey everyone, and welcome back to another video. So, wow, I actually love the game. Kind of surprised about that. And if you'd like to hear why, you can check out the other video on this channel. Now, beforehand, we all heard it was a battle royale, and on the face of it, it wasn't, groundbreaking, considering there are a lot of BRs out there. We also heard about the microtransactions and that it would be free to play. And I mean, that's hardly surprising, but it all happened around the same time that Anthem had its microtransaction controversy, and, well, that was worrying to some people. Then we heard there would be no Titans and no wall running, and we saw the article from Jason Schreier reporting from sources that Titanfall 3 was in development, but then, of course, we saw developers later say that Titanfall 3 was not in development and that this is the game that their team had been working on. So because of this, there has actually been a lot of drama and discussion going on around this game. And here's what I'll say. The core game, in my view, is probably the best battle royale out there in regards to what it tries to do for the people, don't want a slow-paced sim like, say, PUBG or a building game like Fortnite. It's a tremendously high-effort, well-polished game, surprisingly so. I had low to medium expectations, and they absolutely were exceeded. So today my goal of this video is to untangle everything, including a breakdown of how the microtransaction systems work, and that's what we'll get right into. So honestly, it was initially a bit confusing. So basically we've got our characters, they're known as legends. They then have skins of 4 different qualities. We then have the various weapons, which each have 4 skins. Then there are banner frames, poses, quips, trackers, and finishers. There are then 3 currencies: crafting metals, legend tokens, and Apex coins. And then there's also Apex packs, which are loot boxes. And then there's the store. It all seems a little bit bewildering, doesn't it? So here's how it works. Cosmetics come from 2 sources primarily: crafting metals and Apex packs. Now, the crafting metals are earned through opening Apex packs. So Apex packs are the loot boxes in this game. You earn them from leveling up and the store. As you open packs, you will slowly just get your random cosmetics, and then you'll also earn the crafting metals. Now, if you save up the crafting metals, you can use them to directly craft a cosmetic item of your choice. Now, the crafting metals fill a very similar purpose to, say, the duplicate currency of Overwatch. Apex Legends actually has guaranteed no dupes. So yeah, you'll never get dupes from Apex packs. So no dupes, and a track to slowly and directly get the items that you want through crafting metals. Now, crafting metals, to be honest, they actually do seem to be earned pretty damn slowly though, so I might take that aspect with a pinch of salt. Now, Apex packs are earned from leveling, and they can also be directly purchased for real-world money, but I'll cover that bit in a bit. We then have legend tokens, so these are earned through gameplay, and they're used to unlock legends, which is basically your characters. They are then also used to purchase the weekly store-exclusive items. What? Store-exclusive items? Yeah, okay, they exist, and they're a little bit confusing. So the game has a weekly rotating store. It has a few unique legendary quality skin variants. Now, these are only purchasable for legend tokens, meaning they actually can't be purchased with real-world currency. They do, however, require you to own the base legendary skin that the store exclusive is a variant of. So, of course, the store then gives you the option to directly purchase the base legendary skin for coins, which are the real-world currency. So it's odd in that it's rather indirect. If you see a store-exclusive skin and you have enough legend tokens but don't have the base legendary skin, then that's just them clearly nudging you towards making a purchase with the base, the coin currency. So for players who want to just slowly save up crafting metals, I think that's probably what you want to do. And then if you see a store exclusive, then that's probably when you want to drop your crafting metals on the base legendary. So yeah, that's kind of how that works. Oh boy, and then finally we have currency number 3, the coins. So the base price is about $1 for 100, but there are bulk discounts and a 10% discount for people who have an Origin Access subscription. Now, as I speculated in the video covering EA disabling the Ultimate Team monetization in Belgium, that 10% discount because of the sub, that really seems to be just more evidence of the importance of these currencies and the subscription service to EA's overall business model. Now, the coins can be used to purchase a limited number of weapon and legend skins in the in-game store, but just not the store exclusive skins. You can't buy those directly with coins. Now, you actually cannot directly purchase base skins of any quality with coins, so the only other thing you're really purchasing with coins are Apex packs and legends. As for the Apex packs, no dupes. They also have published drop rate statistics, so I assume that's really just to raise less suspicions from the regulators around the world. Then, like Hearthstone, there is bad luck protection, guaranteeing a legendary skin for every 30 packs that you open, and I believe there's also a 1% chance of getting an ultra rare heirloom set with Wraiths being in game currently. I think it has a quip, a pose, and a melee weapon that replaces her melee attack animation. So, that's the base business model, but wait, there's more. Right now, you can only earn 45 Apex packs through leveling for free, and that sounds really alarming, but their roadmap and FAQ kind of explains more. So Season 1 begins at the start of March. It will launch with a Battle Pass, which will have a paid track and a free track, kind of. Basically, there's 100 rewards, and some of those are free with the, the premium version coming with exclusive items. So yeah, that's what's pretty much up there. Overall, it does mean that most cosmetics will be available through gameplay, bar any Battle Pass exclusives. Now, the final piece of this puzzle is the Legends. So they have 2 ones up for purchase now, and they plan to add 4 more over 2019. And in terms of the token cost, it's kind of high, but it's not a crazy amount. Certainly, I think players who don't dump all their Legend tokens into store exclusives, they will be able to pick up most of the Legends when they come out for free. So what is my take on all of this? Well, I mean, it could be better. I don't really like how it exerts pressure on people by having the store exclusives be tied to owning the base legendary. Past that, I mean, I don't like loot boxes fundamentally. As far as loot boxes go, I suppose they're decent enough, having the bad luck protection and not having dupes. So, I mean, they feel fine as far as they go, but I mean, I don't think they're good as the Dota 2 ones in Belgium and the Fortnite Save the World ones, which I covered recently. And overall, from a gameplay perspective, it does seem like this game is extremely playable for free, with the Legend token currency seeming to be quite acquirable through regular gameplay and just, yeah, being to the point where, you know, if all you care about is unlocking new characters when they come out, you should be able to do that with the currency that you earn just by playing the game. So really, it feels a little bit overcomplicated. It could be better. It also could be worse. It's not overly egregious, and we have to remember this is a free-to-play game. So, I mean, having things like this is a lot more acceptable in a free-to-play game like this versus something like FIFA Ultimate Team or, of course, like Anthem. And as for Anthem, well, we just need to wait and see what the final pricing is like. To be honest, I am actually a little bit worried about it. Okay, that's that covered. So next, let's talk about the roadmap and what's actually happening for the game. So, each year is divided into 4 seasons. Each season lasts about 3 months, and each season will come with a new character, new weapons, new loot, and a new battle pass. So each battle pass brings about 100 rewards, with some of them being free. On the whole, it does seem like a pretty good roadmap. So I think that adding characters to a game like this is kind of like adding new operators to Rainbow Six Siege. They all combine with each other in an interesting and a sort of multiplicative way, and that really is a good strength of having a character-based system. Now, thankfully, they have done their characters quite well, as I covered in the previous video, so overall, I'm pretty happy with how that is panning out, and I think that will keep the game feeling fresh. As for new guns and loot, well, having that come out pretty much quarterly, I think will just lead to a nice change in pace for the meta. I think that's pretty good. Next, though, let's talk about the various Titanfall-related topics. Now, this game is set in the universe of Titanfall, but the pilot movement mechanics and the Titans are not there. Now, from playing the game, I can say that the base gameplay is pretty much fantastic, and I don't think either of those things are needed, and actually, they may not be good to have in the game baseline. And that is basically what the devs said. They actually they had Titans in the game for a time, but they decided to go against them for design reasons. And then as for the wall running, well, they actually had something interesting to say. In a battle royale, that kind of fast movement kind of negates part of the sort of the movement and layout-based gameplay, and that degrades some of the positional gameplay of teamfights. Plus, in Titanfall, they said that it was a very high skill ceiling, but not learnable system, as in if you randomly got sniped by someone who was super high up in the sky, well, you just wouldn't really feel like you could do a good counterplay against that. And I have to wonder if that is a core part of why Titanfall 1 and 2 did not retain their player bases, and indeed maybe why Lawbreakers was not able to retain the small player base that it did get. Now, they did also mention that these are things that could return. They somewhat teased them appearing as legend abilities, and I think that does make a good bit more sense. Having like a Titan or the wall running for a character, I think that being based on a character could allow for more balance, and I think that baseline having those things would be problematic for how this game is designed currently, but having them be unique for a legend, yeah, I think that could work out quite well. As for Titanfall 3, well, yeah, it's reported that, it was in development, that there was stuff going on, and that Apex Legends, I heard talk that it was built off the same engine as Titanfall 2, with Titanfall 3 being developed on a new engine. It's an odd situation. I'm really happy about the game that we have ended up with, but I am also a little bit sad about Titanfall 3. That said, well, We're all talking about Titanfall 3, but let's be real, Titanfall 2 didn't get the numbers. Same with Titanfall 1, at least on PC. And it had often been available at low prices, very often, and had free map DLC that didn't split the player base. So as much as it is fine to talk about how Titanfall 3 would be nice, and how this is some sort of shameless cash grab, well, neither Titanfall 1 or 2 were supported by a large enough player base at launch, and that does indicate that the audience was not really there. It kind of feels like this thing is being used as ammunition against EA for the sake of it being, let's be real, a very easy attack vector, and not really because a large quantity of people really wanted to play the Titanfall 3 multiplayer for a long time. Now, that said, for the dedicated Titanfall 2 players, it absolutely sucks. I love the game myself, but I found myself just being too busy and having too many other games to play to really stick with it. But if you stuck by it, then I can see how this would be a massive bummer, and I can sort of relate. As a fan of StarCraft 2 for a third of my lifespan, that's a bit scary. I mean, what would happen if StarCraft 3 ended up being a MOBA? I mean, hey, they did shift half the StarCraft team onto Heroes of the Storm, and look what happened. So suffice to say, I do get why it really does suck. If you love the Titanfall franchise, you want Titanfall 3, and basically you want that stuff, but as an arena shooter with Titans and with wall running, yeah, that absolutely is sad, and that aspect of it sucks. I don't think it negates that we have got what I would say is an extremely high-quality, novel, pretty unique feeling battle royale that I'm really loving. And I mean, who knows, maybe if this game does very well, we could see a Titanfall 3, but given how everyone seems to want that, that live service money, I'm not sure if a single-player campaign and an arena shooter mode is going to be something that a publisher will be massively into doing outside of a Call of Duty. Which, I mean, is kind of sad, isn't it? So there you go. That's my take on the whole situation, a breakdown of essentially all the meta topics relating to Apex. If you would like to hear my opinions on Apex, there's a big juicy video about that, so I recommend checking that out. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.